Really want to see this, but yeah, I really want. Actually, I really want. I don't know what. Please was trying, or maybe all should just move on. Keep on just working for ourselves. Because you know what? It's meant to be. Always meant to be.
Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. My name is Fatin. On behalf of the BA team, welcome to the final event of Done and Dusted 2021. For today's event topic is on how to start a business in the art industry, which is an event in collaboration with IUMW's Experimental Theatre Club. We have been looking forward to this event and we'll hope you'll have a great time. Without further ado, I'll pass this event to our moderator, Akasha, to introduce our speaker and begin the session. To you, Akasha.
Thank you, Fatin. Hi, everyone. What a wonderful Friday it is, and even better vibe we are getting from the audience in the live stream as well. Keep the comments coming, everyone, as we have an interactive Q&A session towards the end of this talk. I hope everyone can sit tight as this final session for Done and Dusted, organized by BAA Club, will be full of fun, especially after a fantastic 4 weeks run, including support by the Psychedemics, Accounting Club, and Faculty of Arts and Sciences as well. I am Muhammad Akasha, the current Experimental Theatre Club's president, and I will be moderating our talk today. The topic for today is how to start up a business in the arts industry in Malaysia. As we all know, the arts industry plays a major role in the Malaysian society, regardless any forms of arts or even backgrounds. Today, we are lucky to have the opportunity to bring an experienced individual in the industry, Ausdin. Hi, welcome Ausdin. How are you doing?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Very good evening. I'm doing fine. How about you?
I feel great. I just can't wait for us to go through this topic. It's very interesting. How do you feel regarding on our talk today?
I'm so thrilled and nervous at the same time to be invited to Done and Dusted, but I'll do my best and I hope you guys learn something from me today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I will look forward for it. All right. A thing or two about our speaker. Ausdin is an art practitioner for more than 5 years, come biologist. He also owns a studio for a multi-purpose production operation and established his company brand entitled Bling Media. So, Aus, there must be a lot of things you've done to achieve this type of milestones in growing your business so far, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic recently and all.
Yeah, the learning curve has been very steep and we've been through a lot, but Alhamdulillah, we're here and maybe I can share a bit later.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Looking forward for you to share a few valuable experience on your journey to be where you are right now. So before I pass the stage to our speaker here today, there are a few things to be reminded to all of us in the audience as well. Let's keep the comment section clean. Let's keep all the positive vibe. Be proactive. Keep on commenting, but let's keep the comment section clean and avoid spamming, because I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this topic, especially it's the last event of Done and Dusted. And also keep in mind, we have a Q&A session later. So get ready to type in your questions towards the end if you have any curiosity regarding arts industry, business and all, whatever it is. And also last but not least, don't forget to have fun. All right, that is more than enough from me. Now I pass the stage to Ausdin.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening again. So, before we start an introduction, let me give you some teaser of what I do, me and my team. Okay. And everyone, welcome to Bling Media. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me go to my slide. I hope everyone can see the slide. Okay, I was told I have to present about how to start up a business in the art industry, which I think there are more qualified people locally. But I guess today maybe the content I share is more relatable to you within the scale that my company is. And yeah, maybe I can share a tips or two. Okay, actually in Malaysia, the art is not yet in an industry, but we are aiming to be that. And my name is Alvin. I was born as Muhammad Firdaus bin Kamaruddin, and I experienced the best of several worlds. To be specific, I experienced the best of two worlds. Let me show you the context of it. Okay, this is a screenshot of my CV. If you can see, I've dedicated my life, 12 years of my life as a biologist. So I was a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Genetics and Molecular Biology, and also I've worked as a research officer, research assistant in several places, and then I recently graduated back in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2000, last 2 years in Masters of Dental Science. I work within the Department of Oral and Craniofacial Sciences, so that has been my whole life to become a scientist. But I owe it to University Malaya because ever since I started, I've come to found a new passion, which is arts. Okay, before that, pardon my English. I haven't been speaking English a lot, so I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so University Malaya have been teaching all their students that they need to work also work hard in the extracurricular projects. So it was first time for me to enter theatre out of requirements to stay in the residential college, but it ended up several years later, and here I am doing arts as my full-time career. So as you can see, mm, I'm a person who try. So if you can see my expertise here, I have both expertise in science and media and arts. While I learned formally as a biologist, I self-taught myself in terms of arts and screen project. So I did a lot. I started off as an actor, then becoming production manager, and so on. And I keep picking up new knowledge. And even so, when I'm registering for when I'm furthering my study in masters, I even applied for New York Film Academy using my background of the self-taught skills that I have, and they accepted me. So what I'm saying here, there's no stopping you from catching your dream, and the door is open. Yes. Okay. Some introduction about Bling Media. So Bling Media is a company that is established back in 2015, but it was derived from a smaller company that I had before, a smaller brand. So let me talk about Bling Media a bit. So we have a tagline which is to bling beyond, meaning that lots of people ask me what's the meaning behind Bling Media. So it's we changed the spelling a bit to Bling, BLENK, and it's the same meaning as bling, because at Bling Media we believe that just with a speck of imagination something can change in the blink of an eye. So Bling Media ni dia a collective effort by a group of people, several people building up a brand, and we create our portfolio through that. And this is our vision and mission, all the boring stuff. Okay, this is our team. So led up by someone, which is me. And we have two core values, which is the management team and the creative team. And we call everyone blinkers who work with us, even freelance or like a first timer, something like a Googler, something like that. Okay. Our Bling Media features a lot of services like photography and videography studio, workshops, class and seminars, art showcase, small event, layout and technical details. And oh, sorry, this is the studio service. Okay, my mistake. Okay, Bling Media, we provide several services like screen projects, photography and videography, art, and then we do corporate, we do commercial, and we do a lot of stuff. So about today, we're gonna narrow down about art performance and art showcase only. Okay, this is the timeline of me doing my business. I've started off with a very vain brand, which is Auskizo Production, because as all kids are, you want to push yourself to the front and you are very angry about the world and everything. So I use Auskizo. Schizo in the meaning that maybe I can shift into different persona when I try to tell my stories. So Auskizo Production started off really bad, very cringy and awkward. I did my first short film for 30 minutes starring me, directed by me, shot by me, edited by me, voiced by me, and everything all about me because no one is there to help you because you don't have any credentials yet. But yeah, starting is very important. I owe it to the first ever short film that I ever did, and I owe it to Auskizo Production to where I am right now. So we move on. I took a big step. It was hard to move on to a new brand name, which is Bling Media. I it was a month. I took a month to think of a new name, the media, and then after several years, we expand a bit, and we are now with the new branding, Bling Media, with the new logo, and we have a new subdivision which is Bling Box Studio. So, as Akasha told you before, Bling Box Studio is a multi-purpose studio. It's a studio with that can cater to different needs like art or even screen projects. Okay. Okay, don't worry guys, my slides are very visual because I'm very deep visual person. So on the left side of this is all the projects that we did for our corporate projects. This is the core business of Bling Media. Although our passion is art, we also need to have a sustainable income as well. So we do all these projects. So we arts and screen project intertwine with each other. They move together. So we did some with corporate, with TV station, and mostly digital projects. Okay, on this side, if you can see my arrow moving here, my cursor, these are all the theater projects that I myself produce and act or direct. This doesn't include all the stuff that I only act for other people or even the stuff that I was invited to. This is solely mine, but there are more. I haven't managed to catch up with all the projects that I did, but I tried to take the recent one and post it here. This is the colors of everything. You can see most of it are dark stuff that I do because that's my forte. But we do a lot of stuff too. So this is in my these are my babies. So recently I managed to me, a nobody in the art industry coming from a science background, managed to come up and apply for a grant to produce a book which is called Minukilan Volume 1 Koleksi Script Theatre Modern, which is a collection of a script for modern theatre written by young generation, not the one that we recycled a lot previous years in Malay theatre. So, but this is no ordinary book. In this book, we have stuff like maybe people like you who wants to be involved or start in a theatre scene can learn from there because all these writers, including myself, in this book, we give our tips, we give our notes, we even draw like how the set would look like, what is this inspired to, how do you speak about this, where does this actor come from? I mean, the acting, the persona, the characterization, everything. So this is a semi-educational book. So we have sold around 60 something since we launched. and we had an event launching it. You can check it out also. So down here is some of the stuff that we did on theatre. So the kind of theatre that I do, okay, I'm mostly theatre, but I'm moving into music also. So in terms of producing music project, but in terms of theatre, what we do is we do a proscenium scale and also an independent scale, which is within the black box. Okay, this is some of the projects coming soon. You can check out because it's easier for you to experience it rather than me talking about it and showing some stuff. The media now on our YouTube are doing stages yours, which is for uh, performing artists, cerebral performing artists. We have several stuff like Malam Nukilan, Cendrawmawa, Disability, and Listen. Also, everything is virtual. Okay, this is some of the clips also from my theatre show, and you can see some of the paper clips that review about our show. And this is some of the stuff that we shot. And also, this is our Instagram, the Media and Beam Box. We combine everything. It's like a collage of everything that we do, even screen projects or even art projects. Okay, these are some of the filmography and also the event and stage production that we did, a list. And on the right side is my short film. And you can see that when I told people, when they ask me, what is your forte, what is your focus? Do you do screen projects or do you do art? I think most people don't realize that they are actually intertwined together. It's just a different platform. You know, from acting theatre, you learn a lot of basic of acting and also producing, managing like 30 to 50 people before you move on to the stage. And then as an actor, there's no cut. You have to act from second zero to 1 hour and a half. So that thing would teach you the core acting as well, even for management, handling people, communication skill, leadership skills. And I use all that in theatre before I move and assimilate it into my theatre project, into my screen project. So also within circle of theatre goers, people work in a different sectors in the industry, so we can do networking a lot. Okay. Okay, this is Limbox Studio. You can see this is our space. It's a small space, 1,800 square feet, based in PJ. So I took the chance and took the risk to do this and invested a lot of money to create a black box and a white box and a kitchen setting. And Alhamdulillah, thanks to God, we have so many support from all over the place up until now, and we still survive amidst the pandemic. So this is the stuff that we did in the studio. You can see we did some theatre as well. We did some shooting as well. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Yes, this is some of the theatre project we did. This is called Theatre 70 Setan. And all we have a discussion. There's a lot of things. When you don't limit your imagination, a small space such as 1,800 square feet can prove to be a lot of potential to a lot of artistic people. Okay, I'm not an academician or a theorist in terms of what you think I can teach you. I'm not a teacher, but I was told that I can share my experience or the tips or maybe things that I know for you who want to start a business in arts or business in general. This is the thing that I know. First, you need to have passion. It has to come within you with no pressure from anyone else. Also, not to follow a trend because it won't last that long. It won't be sustainable. I had this fight within myself that I want to do this, but also I want to pursue my dream as a biologist also. I love biology. I was not pressured by anyone. But typical parents would have concern. So blessing is very important. When I have your blessing, also half-heartedly, that's enough to give me green light to jumpstart this career of mine. And then you have to learn formally or informally. Like me, I don't have the liberty at my age. I'm 33 years old to learn formally in arts or even in media. So what I can do is learn from the street, what we call it, learning from the street, and mm, seek information from mentors, your friends who are formally educated. I learn a lot. I absorb like a sponge, and yeah, I took notes and everything. So if you have a chance, if you're still young, if you need to learn formally, maybe not another degree, maybe like a side class on the weekend, it's important because you can learn a lot. Because learning is never a bad thing. Okay, then you have to experience. I took a principle like what I do in my biology background. You need to experiment, then you know you can troubleshoot if you have a problem. If you keep having doubts and not experience boleh jadi macam you observe or you witness. If you like music, you go to a musical showcase. If you like theatre, you go to a theatre showcase. You learn, you look at the surrounding, you look how they do the technique, you absorb the feeling, the vibe, the adrenaline rush, how they act, how you can see from the outside, from the auditorium, maybe how they manage and everything. You take notes. I do that. I take notes silently, taking how they do this. Even I don't know stuff, I know. Then you try. You try and try, then you troubleshoot. Troubleshooting is mean to check an error and see how you can fix or work on it. And basically, if you're talking about business, I mean, you should start. Eventually, you should start. Too much people only plan and plan, but they never start because they worry too much about what's going to happen. What's the worst case scenario that could happen? Of course, there's no doubt there's going to be obstacle. Nothing's easy in this life. But as you start business, you need to know your forte. Forte as in um, uh, your trademark branding and opportunity that you can seek if you start your business. And trademark is like me. I'm a very dark person, so mine is always a thriller and revolving around that. So I'm known as that. And the branding of your company should be very important. And then a lot of artistic people don't have a management skill. So you need to have a lot of management skill. I owe it to my studies back in biology because we do a lot of paperwork documentation, we do system and writing, and we incorporate that into our artistic career. So with management comes sustainability. And then investment. You can avoid this. It's either you loan, you save, or you ask for a grant. You need to invest on something that is long lasting and can give a return of investment, and that you can produce a quality product. If you do a performance in the sense of doing an art show, you need to make sure. I did a small art show with a 1,000 ringgit that I saved up for a small scale independent theatre. I would have a return of 10,000 ringgit. So that's the thing that gives a heads up to other people that, oh, you can make money, because some people just do it for passion without any planning in terms of money. And then networking and prospect is very important. You should have a good PR, know people everywhere within. You should go to different shows, meet to different group of people, because in theatre there's several groups of people: English theatre, Indian theatre, Chinese theatre, and Malay theatre, and all. You need to have a new circle, test your market, who would like to see your stuff, your projects, your arts. And I love the last part of this, which is collaboration. I collab with everyone that I know I can work with. So you will expand your brand a little bit more, because the circle is very small. So if you're in your own cave, it's hard. And learn to give back. This is what I've learned the most, is all the projects, all the projects coming in, the opportunity is for you to share with everyone else. Uh, we at the media, we believe in second chances. So if we have a lot of our freelancers and people who work with us who haven't finished their study or were lay off from work, and also when you tell a stories, you need to benefit the society or community. Tell a stories that worth it. Okay, Okay, thank you very much for now. You can check out our Instagram or my personal Instagram. If I'm too early, you can tell me, or maybe we can start with Q&A session. Okay.
All right, that's pretty wonderful with
I
your experience and all, but maybe we could extend a bit more. Like
okay.
we can go back to the slides with
Okay.
the yeah
Okay. Okay. Let me talk about an experience maybe.
like
Okay.
maybe we could
A few more
enhance
a few
on
more
that
minutes,
a bit
right?
more.
Okay.
Like yeah,
Okay, let me go to a bling box. Sorry guys if I'm too fast. Okay, a bling box. Okay, let me tell you a story about this. Okay, during the pandemic, if you guys want to know, there's a lot of indie spaces. Like there's Revolution Stage, there's Rambi Karya, there's even Marcus before. Okay, this independent space started with an idea that everyone from all walks of life can perform. Okay, imagine if you're starting up, you want to do a theater, but you don't know where to start. Um, maybe these spaces, including mine, give you the opportunity because we are not like Calpac or DPAC because they need big brands or big capital to start and run the place. We give opportunity to a lot of people. You can see this is a small space. You can do a show. We had someone renting our space doing a show of only three people, and they had a lot of hype and a lot of people coming in, so they were happy. I love to see all that people that come with a very very low expectation but was blown away by the reception and everything. And then here at Box, we also did our own show. So if you come here, I would always tell people, I mean, you will enter a world of fantasy, although it's in a brick wall, four wall bricks. So there's a lot of thing going on here. And then in terms of theater myself, I've learned that you need to have a good what do you call it relationship with people. Artistic people are a bit sensitive in terms of what you say and how you criticize others. You That is the thing that I cannot teach you or anyone teach you. You need to learn that. That is part of networking, and you have to learn a lot. And me, as a background actor, I've been backlash a lot during when I started during my artistic piece because they would say I would be confused, I don't belong there, and I need to know my place and everything. But that never stopped me. It never stopped me, and I've always pushed through. I've written, if you can see here.
uh, I just wanna, if you don't mind, I just want to. It's interesting to see that you said with you showed that you're coming from the biologist background and all, and you said how arts industry they are very expressive and how some people they tend to disapprove you when you enter
Yeah.
industry. How like first of all obviously how with you coming from a science background obviously and suddenly you're into the arts industry because coming from a science background, you know, in Malaysia this type of industry doesn't stays together at all times, right? How do you adapt and grow your business in the arts industry coming from a science background itself?
Okay. I mean, it proves a lot of obstacle for me, and then you need to prove to people. You need to prove to people that you're doing you're doing you're doing the right job by producing. And coming from a science background, I try to incorporate a bit of myself into it. So I tried because you need a forte of your own because if you don't want to be like somebody else. So I pushed a little bit of myself as a biologist into that. And although people were very, how do you say, they are not very welcoming, especially in here. But you strive through, you prove that you keep going. Because some people stop at the first ever criticism they have. That's not a good criteria to make a business in arts.
Oh, that's why you mentioned the sustain. Like you have to sustain. You have to know your passion and all, right? Just
Yes.
now with the slides. Then with like maybe you could like enhance on how does the like you say how like we've know a bit now that for a fact the some people cannot sustain, right, when they face with tough times during in the arts industry. It's not easy at all.
Yeah.
So like especially in COVID, like what are the challenges so far, like how have the pandemic affected the your business, the arts industry and all?
If you can see, if you follow a lot of people within the circle, within the community, they don't have the monetary sustainability to strive through pandemic. So, but most of them gave up or just use everything up and just they don't adapt to the new environment, which is very virtual. And I took that time and sit and meditate and think about what to do next because you could lose everything you have right now. I have that concern, to be honest, everyone else too, because some people have closed down already. So we use the skill that we have the most, which is storytelling and giving ideas. So there's a lot of opportunity for grants and stuff. I did a lot of proposal within the 3 months and applied to everything. I'm very optimistic. I'm very opportunistic, and everyone should be also. But a lot of people, they don't have the management skill or the patience to do that. They just wanna pandemic to end, which is they need to be very quick in their thinking and start coming up with solution. So some people already started. Some people do fundraising or donations and all. But Blind Media and Blind Box, we strive till now, alhamdulillah, and we managed to come back strong.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Like we've had like we've known there's a lot of because you have Box yourself, the art space, like it's like your own studio space where you do a lot of production and all. We're gonna have a video on it later, but I just want to like clarify, like it's like as we all know, like in the arts industry, like I think honorable mentions, even KLPAC itself like ask for
1
donation,
million,
right?
one
Yeah, 1
million
million,
ringgit.
right? Yeah, so it's not
Yeah.
easy as big as KLPAC, and as like for startups and all, it's totally not easy.
Yeah, but I can compare to them because their expenditure with as a Sendian Berhad and as well as the maintenance of their accommodation and all is a different league than us. But I think they should have a preparation for the pandemic. I think other than keeping donation because no, everyone is trying to strive and try to keep themselves afloat. Yeah.
Yeah, totally understand. Like very understandable. Like you say, like we can see a lot of the companies, a lot of the companies in the art industry. They do a lot of things, fundraising. They do this and that. So like, maybe you could share. Like just now, you share a lot of things. Like you did the music video. You have this talent show and all. Maybe you wanna dig it in, explain it a bit more. Like how are you venturing out? How are you branching out your we would say sales, or we would say your scope in your arts industry, because you do not just filmmaking, you do talent show like event management, you do I've been informed there's even I've been informed like there's even live stream theater show, online theater show at your studio, right, this Saturday. So how
Yeah.
do you how do you get this idea, how do you do this, like you branch out all these methods to keep sustain, you don't just stick to one thing, right? Is it like a suggestible thing for youngsters to like yeah
Okay.
to
Okay.
like what's the good advice for the youngsters who are interested to join the arts industry? Like should they stick to one thing or should they just branch out?
okay, how do I say this? It's hard to say because if I told you to explore a lot of things without focus, you can get lost. But if you are purist is something who only want to do one stuff and they want to be contaminated with others. Like let's say if you're a theater purist, but doing a virtual theater is not part of the principle of doing theater, then it's hard for you to adapt in this world. But I started off as an actor. It's not that I act one time and I do something else. Then I branch out, go to management, and from management and I go to publicity and expect why theatre performance tak banyak buat trailer and stuff. Why don't they use like a trailer like a screens project? So I branch out. That's the flow that I do. So I pick up knowledge along the way, something like that. So if for youngsters, I think you should start somewhere and maybe from even if you do management or doing set, you can learn a lot from there. And maybe if you feel it doesn't fulfill your need, you macam pergi buat something else. So do something first and be good at it or be at least acceptable. Then you can branch out and do other stuff. But at the media, we are very flexible and we do screen theater and we do screen and theater at the same time. We branch out. We have separate teams to manage that. So we have a system that we can manage that all together.
So I believe it's actually suggestible for us, for companies in arts industry itself to just branch out, to just explore, is it? Especially during pandemic, even to those who starting up, right?
Yeah,
It
because
just brings out more opportunity.
a lot of theatre clubs and theatre company are now a videography production now. They've learned to pick up the skills of videography. I mean, that's good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's
Because
good because
they basically
Yeah.
have to do live stream theater and all, right? Online theater, right?
I think for you guys in your generation picking up new technology, you could be faster than my generation is because we have to learn a lot from basics. I mean, you get different platforms now that we can catch up. So I think you can adapt to this new era better than us.
Yeah, understood. So let's say before the pandemic, we can always see all these companies in the arts industry, be it theater or filmmaking or whatever production crew it is. There's always competition, right? Who can produce this type of thing? Who can produce this type of art? Who's better than the other? But
Yeah.
during the pandemic, I just want to touch a bit more. Like, how does the competitiveness in between businesses, how does it affected by the pandemic?
No, I think the question would be, what's the competition? Is it
Yeah,
between
like
us?
how's the competition? Like, is there like more competition because every company is branching out? Like before, every company is just
I
focusing on niche,
understand.
right? Yeah,
I
like how the
understand.
competition has changed.
Okay, if let's say I've started doing both years ago. They started now, so we always have to keep ahead from them. But I feed on competition. I love the adrenaline during competing against others because it's a small circle with competition. There's a bigger agenda that could benefit from this. Like maybe with all these people, with all this project, with all this company working on a project, like very frequently, it could spark like macam it could open eyes or the government or outside people that we have an industry. More investment could come and more support could come in terms of monetary publicity. We need all that because as of now, although it seems that we have a competition, but it's a very small knit circle. Also that, like I told you, some groups are very close knit to their own people. They don't explore and collaborate with other people, so they need to do that more. And yeah, like I said, I love competition.
That's great. So basically, I feel like the advice for people who starting up or to basically to sustain during this pandemic, especially, you just have to go in for the competition, right? This is like for the time to explore, to grow, to try a lot of things, right? Because the example there, you basically tried a lot of these things even before during tough times like this. So it helps. It helps company like you to be prepared at any certain.
Yeah, because some people try to not in a vain way speaking. Some people look up to us and try to learn stuff, and we appreciate that, and we try to help them also. Some people are not very well educated about all the agreement and stuff. When they're playing grants, they refer to us or to me and help them. I don't sabotage the application. I support them. I help them because I know that all these grants and project and support and financial support is for everybody to share with. So I think you kids can have the chance to apply for financial support to do your projects and maybe come up with new ideas that have never been done.
Yeah,
Take a boom.
I think yeah. So to those who's watching this and all, like whatever it is, even be it business in general, not even in arts industry, we I feel like we all should just go try and do something, like, especially during these tough times, because there's always like opportunity and opportunity to explore, room to grow, and there's actually support, financial support, like I was mentioned just now.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, let's move on to your current projects now. Like you've mentioned about Stage Is Yours just now. Like, you wanna explain about it?
Okay, since we have time, let me show you something because, like I told you, it's easier that you see it for yourself. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Okay. This is a project that we come up to celebrate performing artists. So that's why we have this Stage Is Yours. It's about performing artists choosing their space, choosing the location of their liking to become the stage, and they can perform pre-recorded. So we have dancers, we have DJs, we have b-boy, we have singers, we have a lot of people from different layer of performing arts coming in to join to be crowned the first champion of Stage Is Yours. This project is also supported by Cendana, which is one of the collaborator. We seek the grants to perform this. So we, of course, masa kita nak buat, we never thought it's gonna be we gonna receive a lot of attention. Okay, so we just do it. We don't stop. We just start, and we got a lot of turnout, and we gather a lot of talents, and now here we are. And this is, yeah, on the right side is Malam Nukilan. Malam Nukilan is the books that I told you before. So it's a launching about the writers together, talking together and explaining about their inspiration and all. You can check out on the Facebook also. We still keep it there, the live. And Stage Is Yours in YouTube channel Bling Media. You can subscribe and see top 6. We have now filtered the top 6 this Sunday. You can see the best act. And on the 6th, at Bling Media, we're gonna have Chandra Mawa, an indie theatre project. And then next we have Disability, a project for Festival Theatre Malaysia. Then we have also this Sunday, the next Sunday is Listen, a silent theatre, a theatre where you watch without any dialogue, only music. It's a very rare occasion to have this kind of theatre here. I don't know if you've seen this before. I myself never seen before. So it's a 45 minutes theatre.
That is wonderful. Like, so we can see here clearly like how you branch out. There's the book and all. There's also performances during the book launching, right?
Yeah, but everything is virtual for now.
Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. Although like it's pretty much like a virtual world since like March 2020, but we can still branch out despite virtual. That's just the platform, right? Like we right now, it's virtual. So like Stage Is Yours is where you stage is yours is where you do a talent show, right? There's a lot of
Yes.
talent and all. So that's
Yeah.
basically a talent show, and there's a book launching, like a night just to talk about it. There's also live stream theater, and it's not
Yes.
even just any theater. Is very interesting. It's very creative. Like it's just all music. It's silent theater, right?
Yeah, because like I told you, you need to keep ahead of everyone, right?
Yeah, like to keep it up. Yeah, this is very interesting, and it proves that there's a lot of ways actually to sustain the business
Yeah,
during this pandemic.
you just need to be bold with your ideas. But this is on top of everything we do, like our core businesses, like all the screen project. But still, we keep our passion project, which is art performance, on the par, as well as going on with our corporate and all stuff.
Oh, understood, understood. Yeah, that is wonderful. I believe this is just such a great sharing session. What a wonderful insight you've shared there, Aus. I'm just
Yes.
amazed with all your work and experiences in growing in Link Media. Um, there is only much time left, but before we proceed to the Q&A session after this, I personally have one more question to ask you, if I may. How do you handle your commitments knowing that you have a career in two different industry? Because I believe you're still interested in doing science related things as well as arts industry, which is like um, your business, right?
This is a common question people ask me. So, which do I choose? So, I would choose none. I would choose both. I would do both. So let me show you a bit about my new venture, which is the Blinkbox Studio. And then maybe you can see how Blink Media and Blinkbox, like two different worlds, as art space and a production company, work together hand in hand. It's like how I'm gonna do with my life.
Oh,
So
okay,
here
that's
goes.
interesting. All right.
So this is a bit. I hope you can understand more what Blinkbox Studio is.
You're showing the video, and
Yeah, I play.
all right. Can we start from the early part again? Sorry.
Okay,
All
sorry.
right. All right, it's fine.
Can you can you
Yeah,
see?
yeah, yeah. We can see now.
She's up in the sky and the sky is on fire. She set the whole neighborhood to life. Then the people, they'll read out all their names. Run away, run away, run away. And with victory, the whole world will be ours. We
Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay,
That
so
should, yeah.
that's Bling Box Studio. What I told you before, when you enter, is a realm of imagination different from your own. This within this 1,800 square feet studio. So that's why I told about earlier lah. Okay.
That's wonderful. We can see the merge of mm, like two different worlds, like Bling Media and Bling Box, Art Space, and
Yeah,
yeah,
correlating together.
yeah, that's cool. All right. So I guess now we are moving to the Q&A session. I hope everyone has typed the question in the chat below, and if you haven't already, do type your questions now. Also, we'll be answering the question given by the audience in the Google form as well that we've sorted for the past week. So I can see the comment section has been blowing up as well for the past 40 to 50 minutes. So are you ready, Aus? We're gonna hop in.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best. Let's
All
go.
right, all right. So the first question is, what was the biggest mistake for artists when stumbled during the pandemic? Besides technology adaptation, is it more to desire to expand their arts or strategy to survive in business?
Okay, I think one context of this question would be a bit tricky to understand because are these artists like individual artists or are they with a business? So it's
Oh,
two different contexts because if they're running a business, their problem would be that they don't have a secure management that to help them. Maybe what they could do first is to could decrease or their expenses, or maybe we have an NGO called Kaki Seni, which is an NGO that support a lot of performing artists in Malaysia. They're the best. They organize both permanent award. So the way they do it is the expense is they move out from their rented offices and they work online. That's how they do it. So from the artist perspective, the mistake they do when they stumble in the pandemic, apart from technology adaptation, is giving out. It's okay for you to maybe survive by doing grab food because you need to survive to sustain and feed you and your family. But then you should never give up, and you should always come up with a new skill. If you're an actor, you should always equip yourself with a new skill so you can become a better person, better
oh,
artist.
that's wonderful. Like, I feel like so it means like even if you're like under an agency artist or you're an independent artist, you could still like you should just never give up on your passion. Of course, during pandemic, obviously we some of us have to work extra hours and all different jobs, but you mean basically despite that we should always just try to basically versatile our
Yeah,
arts,
there's a
right?
lot of things you can do when
Yeah,
you
it's
can't.
like if let's say if it's a singer who just performs in public and all, you could
Yeah,
just post covers or songs right on YouTube or
yes.
whatever.
Yeah, they could learn how to make their own video. That's what I'm thinking. Rather than waiting
Oh,
for an event or a production, they can start doing that on their own actually, or learn composition. If they're just a singer, singing someone else, they could use the time to compose and learn music and compose their own songs, something like that.
understood. That's very well explained. I hope that answers your question, Daniel Abbas. All right, now we're moving on to the second question. Um, do you think this pandemic has given you more chance to actually reach out to more people because everything is now online based? Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Ironically, yes. It's a lot more people are aware about our projects and our branding, which is the media. I always use the word branding because I approach arts in a business perspective. So they they come to learn about Bling Media. Even the Cendana, the agency that help fund projects, also pick our project as part of the reference for others to follow. So with that, they give more awareness, more clout to us, as we say. So people are not aware, and we are grateful for that.
Oh,
So yeah.
Who do you want to send it
Understand. So yeah, it actually helps because I feel like even online you could reach a bigger customer base. But I'm not sure. I just want to clear with you one thing, like because with online and physical, let's say theater, it's a different experience, right? Like because you can
Different ex
feel, yeah, you could
yeah,
feel the if we're in a physical hall, we could feel the actors' energy straight away, and with online, we could just watch it. Right? How do you think like we get a different experience
of
through
course,
online base, right?
different experience. You lost a lot of the smell. Imagine if someone doing a show with ikan masin, then they buka ikan masin and the whole hall can smell ikan masin. That's a difference 4D 60 experience than just doing online, because you tak dapat, you can just get the gist but you tak nampak the whole thing, and feel adrenaline also. But before we come to that and we can come back to that, we need to adapt first. And I think with online, there are pro and cons. With online theatre show, we can reach wider audience. Someone luar Lembah Kelang, outside Lembah Kelang, or outskirts, or maybe just border of the country. And yeah, but too bad you can experience, because what I always told people is that watching theatre is like beauty in the eye of the beholder. You see that once only and you keep it in your memory.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it's not like although we lose a lot of things, but we gain new things as well with
Yeah,
new world, new method. That's cool.
you,
That's cool.
you, you compensate the experience with something else.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Um, that's interesting. So let's move to the next question. How to handle criticism when people comment on artwork or don't see its underlying purpose or meaning?
Okay. When I was younger, maybe your age and stuff, I always try to fight my way to make sure people understand. I try my hard to explain to people. I over explain stuff and it doesn't come across as that. But what you do is, criticism is for you to improve, and you should use that and to improve your work. Because let's say if one theater that I did, I wrote, it doesn't have to be that's the only version of it. It can be a several version. So with the criticism, people don't understand the meaning, and you can improve that. But then you cannot take every comments, because you cannot satisfy everyone in the world. Some people doesn't mean to understand you, so it's their loss. So you should keep your trademark and what you want to say, but the underlying purpose too, you have to cross check with you. Are you artistic enough to convey the message of the underlying purpose or meaning, or sebenarnya they don't get it. So that's why I cakap in my slide, test your market and see who can enjoy your piece or your artwork more.
Oh, understood. So basically, whatever it is, we should always stick to our own trademark, our way of doing our art. Because in art, I feel like there's no right or wrong. It's just how people express themselves, right? It's just
Yeah,
by but while keeping our trademark, we should always keep in mind that there's always room for self improvement, right?
yeah, and be humble, because there's always bad work. You can never.
That's
I always thought
yeah.
that my first work was the best work, but the next is always the best. So be humble and accept all the criticism as part of your learning curve.
Understood. That's very valuable. We should just always keep true to ourselves and just keep on self progressing.
Yeah.
All right. I feel we can do one more question. So let's do one more question. Yeah. Hold on. I think there's something going on with the system. All right. What's the difference between constructive criticism and spiteful comments? Oh, like in arts, yeah, because everyone is
Yeah.
expressive, right? You wanna, yeah.
Okay. In this community of mine, in this small circle of mine, there are two types of people who just want to be spiteful, as you say, just want to bring you down, or just want to make them. They have something like a superiority complex, or they just want to feel superior to you, or just want to show your place. And there are people who, although are better than you, but are very constructive in the sense that when they criticize your work, the error or the mistakes or the stuff that you do bad on your show or performance, and also give an input of how to improve it, and even say, and they would even go to an extent, you can this is just an idea. They don't like throw it on your face, you should do this, something like that. Spiteful comments are always non-constructive and always will bring you down, but you have to apart from all the spiteful comments, you take an average of what they say. Maybe it could be true, and you take the positive part of you to you and incorporate into your next work. But constructive criticism is hard to get nowadays because I think Malaysian people are not good at very reviewing piece of paper. Maybe the media are okay, but I think there's always different sides of stories when they criticize or review a project. If you watching a movie, don't rely on one person punya criticism or review. You should always see. If you nampak dia macam very spiteful, tak constructive kan. So maybe you should be aware of orang lain punya criticism as well. You
Oh,
get
so it's good that we take a lot of opinions, a lot of point of views, especially for
yes,
us, certain piece of work. But I think it relates with the artwork just now, the artwork question, the underlying purpose of meaning. Like we can take the average opinions and all, but we still have to know what we do. So basically, by knowing ourselves, knowing our style of doing our own art, regardless whatever category it is, we should always know what we want to do, right? But
yeah,
yeah,
you need to have your forte like I say your
the forte,
preference.
it's
Your
like
preference.
it's like building a personal brand already, right?
Yeah. You yourself could be your own brand.
Yeah,
You don't have to have a company. You yourself could be a business.
understood. It's like doesn't mean like we don't have to be like someone else to do certain companies does. Like we should stick to our own personal brand, our own company brand, but we should always go for improvements and take a lot of opinions.
Yeah, but there's always a saying that a good artist copy, a great artist steal, something like that.
Oh
So
wow. Oh,
the
wow.
understanding of that saying is big. I mean, if you can imitate what they do, I think you can. If
Oh,
that means you are at par at them, so you can maybe move forward and do something better. Because you don't lie that you don't get inspired by everything in your life. Or of course you are inspired by something, right?
yep.
So yes,
That's very interesting. It's just a wonderful session. I wish like we could make this live stream for like longer, like an hour or something. There's a lot. Like looking at your portfolio just now, your project, you could just show a lot of artworks in just a page. Like if we could just go through everything, but maybe for further time. So I believe, all right. I believe that was the last question just now, but worry not. If you have any more question or interest regarding on Ausdin or Bling Media or Bling Box itself, you may slide into the Bling Media Instagram DMs. The link and information will be provided in the description below. I've been informed by my team. The link is not yet fixed, but we'll put there. Just stay put. No worries. All right, Aus. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate your
welcome.
time and the experience shared today. So yeah, wonderful session talking with you.
Thank you. I wish I
All
could
right.
have three more hours.
Yeah, I wish as well, but yeah, I guess maybe for another session, right? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan and Dusted, for inviting me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for
All
being
right. Thank you,
supporting.
Aus, for
Thank
spending
you.
your time. All right. All right. On behalf of Experimental Theatre Club, I would like to express the gratitude to all the audiences and support we've been getting throughout this event and ever since Done and Dusted has started, especially for BAA Club for initiating this wonderful collaboration.
Thank you to our speaker, Mr. Austin, for the insightful talk, and also our moderator, Akasha, for the hosting the event.
Sure.
Thank you to participants for staying and tuning in. And this marks the end of Done and Dusted 2021. May the collaborating bond between BA and other clubs, including Experimental Club, will continue even after Done and Dusted 2021. We apologize for any shortcoming from our side during the event, and we hope to see you in our future events. All right, that's the end of this event. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.